pick what covers to do? Because you pick you're not, I think we have this in common. You're kind of fearless as far as like, look, I love music. I'm gonna just try any genre. You seem unafraid.
Yeah, you know, and I grew
in
up.
a good way.
I grew up with the stuff that, you know, all the stuff that really influenced me and inspired me. I think that the best thing about doing a cover is even so much I see now when I perform songs live. You know, there are so many stories I hear all the time about people saying like, you know, this song has gotten them through their divorce, or this song is they got married to, and this song I danced with, you know,
nostalgic.
yeah. And so I find it like. There's this thing about music that, you know, your relationship or your circumstances, or there's certain memories, maybe a time period in your life that song really means. You know, like even when we did Still the One, to me that song was about my mother. You know, and I think when claiming that and saying I'm singing this to my beautiful mama, I think it gave that song maybe a different life, and it being about a significant other. You know, and so I just try to like pick things and do things that are inspiring to me about the times and things in my life.
Isn't it? I also feel like we have something in common too. A teacher actually got you into music, right?
Yeah. You know, so I was in the 4th grade. I went to live with my dad for a bit at a time, and I remember my first day there. I was so lucky to put in my the class with my cousin Cole, and right after recess, you know, Miss Berry, she was like, if you guys come back, do your workbooks, and everybody just completely quiet, well, I'll put on Al Green. And it's so crazy how these
cool teacher.
Yeah, how these eight-year-olds are just like, I mean, walk into class in a straight line with the bubble and everything, like not a word.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm even like, who's Al Green? They're like, shut up, dude. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And when we get back, I'm doing a workbook, and I remember it's like a core memory for me hearing like, I'm so tired of being alone, and I was just like. You know, and these kids are feeling this heartbreak at such an intense level at 8 years old. You know, it's like, you guys don't know what that's about, you know? But girl,
but
kids
they do. Feel.
Kids
they
do. So deep, man. And I never forget how that changed my life, and going home and telling my dad, like, dude, Al Green is so sick, you know. And he you know, he put me on the Boys to Men, and we listen to Keith Sweat all the time,
oh my
you know,
God.
and like that
girl,
stuff.
You got me
yeah,
twisted.
girl, like I was so into it, and just put me on to so much soul and R&B music, and I just, you know, I remember it changing my life forever.